News starts right now.
Spurring speculation, news broke earlier this week that UTSA would be demolishing the Institute of Texan Cultures at Hemisphere.
Yeah, we're talking a prime corner of downtown. There have been rumors that it could be a possible new home for the San Antonio Spurs. It's right across the highway from the Alamo Dome, where the Spurs played from 1993 to 2002. Of course, we know that right now they play at the Frost Bank Center.
Yeah, but there's been no confirmation of what the Institute of Texan Cultures site will actually be used for. And when we had asked the mayor about the possibility earlier this week that maybe that's the site of a new Spurs arena during our KSAT Q&A, he had little to say.
We are actively engaged in the situation. Nothing to share at this moment, but suffice it to say, we are very interested in making sure that the Spurs are a successful part of San Antonio for the foreseeable future.
Again, that's what the mayor had to say on Tuesday.
But Garrett Berger shows that there is a trail of breadcrumbs that we're continuing to follow.
The Spurs may be lackluster this year, but San Antonians' love for the team is bigger even than Wemby, which is why there was plenty of hand-wringing when the franchise announced a plan in 2022 to play some home-away-from-home games in Austin and elsewhere. Spurs chairman Peter J. Holt reassured fans the team is here por vida. But there are questions about whether that means staying put at the Frost Bank Center. The Spurs have another 8 years on their lease of the county-owned arena. Sitting over on the east side, the surrounding area never sprouted the development many had hoped would follow. Downtown, on the other hand, has plenty going on. And we reported last summer the team and city officials have had talks about the future, including a possible downtown move.
Why is the Institute of Texan Cultures specifically in the conversation? Location. It's right off the highway, and there's plenty of space.
Plus, UTSA needed to move its Institute of Texan Cultures out of the Texas Pavilion on the Hemisphere campus anyway. The building didn't work for the museum, and the university would prefer a new home for the ITC closer to the Alamo. And since that would leave behind a now obsolete building, UTSA announced Wednesday it plans to demolish it. Well, it doesn't appear Spurs Arena is driving that move. It sure would make building such an arena more convenient. Additionally, a source tells KSAT they've heard from owners of the San Antonio Missions who are also said to be looking for a new ballpark site. And city officials had apparently waved the team off from the ITC location, with the Missions owners inferring that the city wants to keep it open for the Spurs. But we aren't getting clear answers from the city, which in February got an exclusive option to buy or lease more than 13.5 acres of the Hemisphere campus. A statement from a top city exec lists potential uses, including a major Alamo Dome renovation and public-private development opportunities. But when we tried to press city manager Eric Walsh on whether the city's planning to use the spot for a Spurs arena, he wouldn't confirm it. And you already heard Mayor Ron Nirenberg dance around the question, with a Spurs spokesman not even calling us back over the past 2 days. All there is speculation, which, after the Spurs, is another of San Antonio's favorite pastimes. Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
You want to get to some developing story we had right now is late breaking news at 5 o'clock. San Antonio police are investigating a deadly shooting outside of a nail salon on the northeast side. Happened on Perrin Vital near Nacogdoches Road sometime around 4 this afternoon. Police tell us someone was sitting in a car outside that nail salon when someone else shot multiple times into the car, killing the victim. Officers say the suspect or suspects got into a white sedan, drove away. At last check, no arrests have been made.
In other news now, it's been nearly 6 months since 15-year-old Joshua Villa Jr.'s life was cut short in a hit and run on the west side.
At the time of the incident, Villa was walking here in the area of Highway 90 near Penn Road on the city's northwest side.
Now, according to San Antonio police, on October 30th, an unknown vehicle failed to drive within a single lane and hit Villa. That driver never stopped. Villa died on the scene, and now his mom has a lot of questions.
I just felt my son was thrown the way he got hit. Nobody deserves to be left just like that in the ground. I wish I could just bring him back, bring him home.
Nobody deserves to be left just like that. Narvaez, the mother, now asking for anyone who might know something to come forward. Police have no suspect or even a description of the type of vehicle involved.
The man accused of killing someone at an apartment complex nearly 3 years ago took the stand in his own trial today. Tavares Anderson is accused of shooting and killing Malcolm Everett during an argument back in 2021. Since the start of that trial, the defense has argued that Anderson shot and killed Everett out of self-defense. And that's exactly what Anderson repeated today when he took the stand.
And at that time, are you pointing the weapon at him?
No, the weapon was down by the tire.
Okay.
It was down.
And then what does he do?
I don't know what I said. I think I said, bro, don't run up on me. And he grabs me. I go back. I'm falling back. And I know I get the gun up. Before I hit the ground, I hear pop, pop. Like, it never fired that fast before. That's what I'm thinking I hear.
That case has now gone to the jury. Deliberations are going to begin on Tuesday. If he's convicted, Anderson faces up to life in prison. So we're about to show you this may explain why you maybe couldn't access a portion of Loop 410. Early this morning, a woman crashed into a highway sign around 3:30. That was on Loop 410 near the Rigsby Avenue exit. SAPD says the woman driving tried to take the exit way too soon and hit a utility sign pole. She was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. This crash, by the way, shut down all of the main lanes on Loop 410 for hours. Of course, they've since reopened.
Meanwhile, police in Converse investigating an 18-wheeler that caught on fire on the highway. This one happened about 6:15 this morning on Loop 1604 at Lower Seguin Road. Take a look at these photos posted by the Converse Police Department on Facebook. The incident caused traffic issues for several hours. Northbound lanes on Loop 1604 had to be shut down completely. It even delayed bus routes. No word of any injuries or what exactly caused that fire. The countdown is on. We are now just a couple of days away from the solar eclipse.
And our KSAT weather team is once again helping you get ready for the event with maybe one of the most important things you need, eclipse glasses. So let's send things on over to meteorologist Adam Caskey. He's live at the IKEA in Live Oak, where he is handing out free eclipse glasses.
We are, and we've had many people coming through since we saw you at 5 o'clock getting their glasses. We still have a few more stacks, so if you happen to be in the neighborhood or you want to come by or you just need to get that Billy bookcase or the whatever it is for the laundry room, you can grab some glasses as well. And IKEA does have a limited quantity of glasses, IKEA Eclipse glasses for their IKEA family card members. Anyway, we'll be here until 7 o'clock. Look at all of our friends just chilling, on the lawn, on the IKEA lawn, just chilling, having a good time. We've got our raffle stuff going. So the all-important thing, eclipse forecast, but also this weekend, some noticeable changes. We've got the big air show, Valero Texas Open. It's not going to be weather like this all the way through the weekend. Some hurdles for us. We'll get into that. And, of course, the updated eclipse forecast in just a bit.
Thank you, Adam. And happening on the day of the eclipse, we're going to be holding our eclipse special. We're going to be live on air and online from noon until 2 o'clock, bringing you eclipse coverage throughout South Texas. I'm going to be live in Bernie. We'll also have crews in Fredericksburg, Kerrville, and places throughout San Antonio. Again, our Eclipse Authority special on Monday from noon until 2.
And there's going to be a ton of traffic around that. Yeah, just get ready for that. Let's talk about traffic right now, actually. Here's U.S. Highway 90 at 35, and you can see there that the right lanes seem to be blocked. We don't know why that's happening right now, but there are a number of cones. I mean, cars are just trying to get around that traffic. Only one side of that highway right now is having some traffic issues, but as you can see, everything's moving smoothly otherwise.
I was carrying them like this out the window, and I ended up cutting my hands with the glass.
Coming up in just a few minutes, a teacher at Robb Elementary who carried her students to safety out of that classroom the day of the shooting, fighting to get workers' comp for her injuries. What KSAT Investigates found after digging through the medical paperwork, and why this teacher feels like she's being veiled again. Tonight at 6:30.
Also, after the break, people are traveling from all over to see the eclipse on Monday. You know that, but you're going to be impressed by this. You're going to hear from a woman who's traveled all the way from New Zealand to see this event.
And taking a quick look outside with live cam. Beautiful Friday, but changes are in store for the weather this weekend. Meteorologist Adam Caskey has that. And just how cloudy will Eclipse Day be? We'll tell you when we come back.
As the eclipse is quickly approaching, officials are urging Texas drivers to have a plan before they hit the road. So coming up tonight on the Night Beat, we'll tell you what those tips are and tell you availability across our city when it comes to rental cars.
The total eclipse is getting everyone super excited about science, math, and even art. We're going to tell you how local schools are getting the message across to kids and some lessons you can do at home.
You know, this eclipse is going to be drawing millions of people to Texas from all over the world. In fact, we found an eclipse enthusiast who's traveling more than 7,000 miles. Crazy.
Yeah.
To witness the 4 minutes of darkness.
Yeah, meteorologist Justin Horn talked to this New Zealander who gives us a new perspective on just how spectacular this event will be.
I found New Zealander Carolyn Tamarcos by chance on the San Antonio Facebook page, Ask a Local. She had posted there about catching a ride from San Antonio to Stonehenge 2 in Ingram for the eclipse.
Which, you know, God bless the Americans, we can't make it to Stonehenge, so we'll just build one here. So it's a 90% scale replica, and as you would know, being a meteorologist, the eclipse path is 70 miles wide. Right. Well, this thing is bang smack in the middle, so I'm like, that was purpose built for the 2024 eclipse.
Tamarcos is no eclipse rookie. She made the cross-Pacific trip to Missouri in 2017.
The full eclipse is just mind-blowing.
The experience assured that she'd be traveling back for this one.
All the crickets start chirping and all the birds start doing their dusk chirp, and then in the totality, the birds all go to sleep. And then like 2 minutes later, you can hear the birds sort of going, what the heck? Chirp, chirp, what?
It left her wanting more, so Tamarcos began planning for the 2024 eclipse, knowing she'd need to move fast.
I very early got on and booked my flight from Auckland to Houston, which I picked up for 760 New Zealand dollars, which is like 500 American. It was so cheap.
Although the flight back, she says, will not be nearly as cheap. Neither were many of the accommodations.
Originally, I'd planned to stay in Ingram, which when I first discovered this town, I think it has 3 Airbnbs and they're like $50, $60 a night. And I was like, oh, sweet, I'll stay there. Yeah. And then when I went to book one for the night of the eclipse, they were $3,500 a night. So I thought, oh, there was an RV park half an hour down the road, which was like $28 a night for an unpowered site. Mm-hmm. $15,000 a night for an unpowered campsite for the night of the eclipse.
Eventually, she discovered she could camp at Stonehenge 2 for $140 per ticket for 4 people. Which brings us back to that post. She was offering a barter, 2 tickets for a ride. She quickly got a message.
Jordan reached out to me, and he's actually an Englishman, but he's lived in San Antonio for 15 years. And he went, yeah, I can give you a ride, not a problem.
Everything fell into place. Tamarcos won't be alone, by the way. Visitors will be coming from across the world to San Antonio to experience the incredible eclipse. Justin Horn, KSAT 12 News.
$15,000, I can't get over that.
But she's great.
Yeah.
I love her character. By the way, when she said it's mind-blowing, that's what I've heard a lot of people say. But, you know, I have friends that are like, oh, it's an eclipse. How big a deal is it going to be? I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to see all of our stories leading up to the eclipse, just scan this QR code on your screen. It will take you to our Eclipse Authority page on KSAT.com. She called it mind-blowing. I've had people telling me that it changed their life. I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, why not have a front row seat there and check it out? And you were talking about our Eclipse Authority. We got to go to our friend Adam Caskey. He's joining us now live from the IKEA at Live Oak to hand out a special piece of equipment that we all need for the eclipse, the glasses.
Got to protect those eyes.
Yeah.
You do. We have the eye protection. And as you were talking about how, people's reactions with the eclipse, 99% doesn't count. You have to be in the 100% totality path. We have those maps on KSAT.com and the exact times that totality hits those areas. 99% is not good enough. You have to be in 100%, and it's going to be like a light switch was just quickly flipped in the off position. A minute or two, if you're in the Hill Country 4, will go by, and the light switch will be flipped back on. It's going to be rowdy. But we do have one big challenge. Jacob O, my fellow forecaster here today. All right, so tell me what's our biggest challenge with the forecast for Monday?
Low-level clouds.
Pesky low-level clouds.
Yes.
What do you think they're going to do?
I'm going to hope they go away. The high clouds don't block too much of the sun. It's going to be a great day. That's what I'm hoping for.
I agree, man. All right, thank you so much. All right, we're going to get into that in a moment. Let's talk about another factor, and this actually plays a role in the low-level clouds. Look at our dew point trend. The past few days, very low humidity. Humidity surges tomorrow. That means low fog and drizzle for the morning. See where I'm going here with this? Sunday it goes away. It's back again as we get into Monday. So fog to start the day tomorrow. Expect visibilities down to a few miles at times for the first part of the morning. And then by 9, 10 o'clock, it should burn off, but turn into just low gray clouds for most of the day. Ceilings for the Randolph Air Show, the ceilings will be pretty low up until we get on into the early to mid-afternoon. 61 in the morning, 78 for the high temperature tomorrow. And again, fairly gray day, just a few peaks of sun later on in the day. For the rest of the weekend, and tomorrow afternoon, by the way, will be a little bit cooler because of the clouds. So we'll be, for the most part, right around that 80-degree mark, but a lot of us upper 70s. A slight chance of a few showers Saturday night. Sunday, beautiful day, best day for the Valero Texas Open, best day for the air show. You won't have any issues. It's clear sky, low humidity, a lot of sunshine. All right, let's talk eclipse forecasts and try to speed you through this, but we've got the first systems currently in the western U.S. bringing the pre-eclipse cold front, and then we have the next system near Alaska that's going to bring us our high clouds. Those high clouds are pretty much a guarantee. Now, keep in mind, we're trying to predict the exact placement and thickness of high clouds that aren't even going to form until Sunday. Okay, they won't form over the Pacific until we get into Sunday. Then we'll have a better idea to know what we're dealing with here in terms of the high clouds. The low clouds are going to surge into place because of the humidity coming back very early on Monday morning. So we're going to wake up to a low gray overcast on Monday morning, and that may be a little intimidating, kind of like with the annular. We had the clouds early, but they're likely to break up. It just depends on exactly how fast they break and where they start breaking first. It's going to vary across our area, and that's one of those mesoscale meteorology phenomenons that we really can't pin down till we get closer to the event. But we still think it's a good 60% chance of a partially blocked eclipse and a 40% chance of a totally blocked eclipse. Now, really quickly, after the eclipse, we got to have an extra eye and ear to the sky for a few strong to severe thunderstorms, 30% chance. And then late Tuesday into early Wednesday, that's when we have a 40% chance of a few, of scattered, I should say, showers and thunderstorms. And the setup is they could be strong to severe at any point. You know, I've been here for over an hour now, and I just realized 70% off the dock sale? I'm going in. But I will see you here in a few minutes. We'll be here until 7 o'clock. We have more glasses, and IKEA has some glasses for their IKEA family card members. And I'm going to go try to find another funny name, the Gristigo? Yeah, the Gristigo. I'm Swedish. Give me the meatballs. All right, we'll see you in a little bit.
Thank you, Adam.
All right, Spurs back in action tonight as they finish off the season. And I wonder if Victor Wembanyama is like, who am I even playing with tonight?
He probably, to some degree, is saying that, yeah, because he's dealing with the injuries, the Spurs, right, with like 3 of their big-time guys down. But I tell you what, Jonas Valanciunas with the Pelicans knows who he's facing tonight, and he has a pretty funny response when asked about Wemby and a girls' high school soccer. Taft won a thrilling playoff game today. I mean, this is fantastic coming up. Short-handed Spurs will play at the Pelicans tonight as the silver and black wind down the regular season. On top of Jeremy Sohan and Devin Vassell, the Spurs will be without Keldon Johnson and Jetty Osman for tonight's game due to injuries. But the Pelicans will still have to contend with Victor Wembanyama in 2 games this season versus New Orleans. Wemby is averaging 16.5 points and 10.5 boards per game. Pel center Jonas Valanciunas, who's 6'11", was asked about Wemby this morning at shoot-around.
He's tall, very tall. I mean, he's playing good basketball. You got to do everything to stop him. You know, he's a leader of San Antonio, so we got to do everything to stop him and win a game. You know, we're not looking at specific them for sure. We're looking what we need to do. How are we gonna stop them, or how are we gonna, you know, offensively, how we gonna play. That's we're looking at us.
The Spurs and Pelicans will face off tonight at 7 in New Orleans. San Antonio is looking to snap a 2-game losing streak. In girls high school soccer today, the Class 6A regional semifinal between Round Rock and Taft at Comalander Stadium was awesome. So the Dragons scored first, taking a 1-0 lead. But after a penalty in the box, Jordan Matthews gets the equalizer for Taft, and it's 1-1. Then another Round Rock goal in the second half. After that one, Layla Ronhell gets a chance to tie it up and places this ball perfectly. Now this one will stay tied at 2-2. All the way into penalty kicks, and it all came down to Taft goalkeeper Madison Harris, who makes a diving save to seal the deal. Taft wins via PK 6-5, and Taft is moving on. Madison Harris and her nerves were high before the kick, but she got the job done.
I was so scared just because, you know, a lot goes in during those PK shootouts. And so the back of your mind is like, oh, what if you can't get this one? But being able to work in those under pressure moments and just not thinking at all is what really pushes you to make that. And seeing all my seniors look at me, I was like, I have to get this one for them.
And she did. We'll hear from some of her teammates tonight on the Night Beat. Taft will play Westlake tomorrow at 11 a.m. in the regional finals. The Texas flag was really whipping around at TPC San Antonio, the Oaks course, for the second round of the Valero Texas Open today. That's still in progress. Akshay Bhatia said it wasn't his best stuff today, but he still got the job done, hitting out of the deep stuff on the par 4 10th hole. And he has to like this shot. Very nice on the green. He'd step up and make his birdie putt. That was 16 feet and 4 inches. He shot a 2 under 70, and he now sits at 11 under par. And he was asked did it feel different playing with the lead.
I felt way calmer than I expected to, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But it was definitely, it's different because you have expectations like, oh, I just shot 9 under, so can I just do that again? It's not possible. I mean, this golf course is so hard. The wind was a lot trickier today. Greens are getting firmer and firmer even in the morning. So it's just kind of pace myself and just try and execute.
All right, that'll do it.
He's in a good position right now.
He sure is, looking for his first victory on the PGA Tour and hoping to make the Masters.
And get a pair of cowboy boots.
Perfect.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you. Now up next, a teacher who carried her students out of the classroom at Robb Elementary is fighting now to get workers' comp. Why, she tells our KSAT investigates that she feels like she's being failed all over again. That's after the break. A Robb Elementary School teacher who helped carry her students out of broken windows while a gunman was still across the hall. She's still continuing to fight. And this time, it's to get workers' compensation for the injuries that she endured that day.
KSAT investigates dug through her medical paperwork and the multiple denials. Now the teacher tells our Lee Waldman she feels she's being failed all over again. Want to warn our viewers, some of the details shared in this story might be difficult to hear.
As I heard their screams, I heard the gunshots. Then I heard nothing. And then it just clicked in my brain, like, oh my God, they've been killed.
Thinking back to May 24th, 2022 brings a wave of emotions crashing around teacher Mercedes Salas.
And I'm praying, I'm like, God, please protect us.
Her classroom just across the hall from where a gunman ultimately killed 21 people. Salas says she could hear officers in the hallway. She and her students huddled together for more than 40 minutes, waiting for rescue.
I heard my window shatter.
Body camera video shows officers breaking windows.
Go, run over there. Come on, get him out.
Children climbing through the broken glass and running to safety.
I was carrying them like this out the window, and I ended up cutting my hands with the glass.
Just jump.
Salas double-checked the room was empty before exiting through the window herself.
I hit both of my knees on the center block.
Despite the emotional trauma and physical toll May 24th took on her, Salas returned to the classroom weeks later to teach summer school and has continued teaching at Uvalde CISD since.
I feel like if I'm not there, something might happen.
But walking around an elementary school classroom and through the halls has gotten much harder. Her knees, which never had problems before, swell now and cause her pain.
Start hurting a lot that I have to sit down. And my kids know that my knees hurt.
Salas went to physical therapy in June 2022.
It was just like that.
She showed us some of the exercises she was taught to do. It helped, but when the doctor prescribed another round,
my second round was denied.
Through workers' comp?
Through workers' comp, but then they approved it.
When that didn't fix the problem, her doctor recommended injections into her knees.
It was $1,000 each injection. Now you need 2 of them, 1 for each knee. He said, I don't know, that might be tough to get it approved. And I said, oh, okay, well, let's try it. And no, it was denied.
In the letter sent by the company who handles the workers' comp claims, they state there is no permanent damage to her body. Another page attributed her knee pain and swelling to arthritis, although she had never been diagnosed with it before.
My treatment of anything just stopped there. Because I did receive that letter stating if, I can continue going to the doctor if I want to, but I have to pay for it now.
For Uvalde CISD employees, their workers' compensation claims are handled through Edwards Risk Management, Inc. Salas says when she asked the representative who is helping her through the claims process why her claim was denied, she said the woman compared her injuries to those you'd get falling during a fire drill.
And I could just not believe what she said. And I'm like, a fire drill? And, and I said, look, that day I was just trying to survive. I was trying to stay alive.
KSAT Investigates reached out to the company asking about Salas's rejection. President and CEO Kim Edwards explains the claims are regulated through the Division of Workers' Compensation, and as the carrier, they're bound by that opinion unless and until it is reversed or modified. When pressed about what Salas shared was said to her about a fire drill, Edwards stopped responding.
I just want to feel the way I was before.
Salas is just one of the 24 claims filed, listing Uvalde Consolidated Independent School District with a date of injury as May 24, 2022, according to the Texas Department of Insurance, Division of Workers' Compensation. That same year, over 110,000 claims were filed. About 94% of all claims are approved without going through a dispute resolution process. They can't discuss with us information about Salas's case. However, generally, full denials happen when the insurance company does not believe the injury is work-related or does not meet legal criteria to be covered. After the latest denial, Salas says she won't keep fighting. Instead, she'll focus on ways to move forward, leaning on her faith.
May 24, I prayed. I know he listens, so I continue to pray every day.
For KSAT Investigates, I'm Lee Waldman.
There is a process to dispute a rejected claim through TDI. The administrative process may include mediation, a formal hearing from a judge, and an appeal to the Division of Workers' Compensation Appeal Panel. After that point, you can continue to appeal through a judicial review in court. More information on KSAT.com.
We want you to stick around. Coming up next, property values for Bexar County. They're going to be out next week. Watch out for that in the mail. But will the values be higher than what we've seen? Find out after the break.
Is the sticker shock easing up? The Bexar Appraisal District will mail out and post new property values next week.
This is what you want to know. Yes, they are generally higher than last year, but not by the stunning increases that we've been seeing. 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz got the scoop on what you can expect.
Not good news. Not good news.
Tony Hernandez's dread is understandable. His home's appraisal and taxes have gone through the roof.
It was a significant jump, especially when COVID hit and the prices of the homes skyrocketed. The homeowners really got punched in the gut.
This year, he may be relieved.
When people open up their notices, what do you think the responses are going to be?
Well, the first thing is there's not going to be a lot of people receiving notices this year as opposed to last year.
Bexar County's chief appraiser showed us the numbers. Home market values are up, but an average 2.4%, a far cry from last year's 16% and the year before that saw a whopping 28% jump. Why the reprieve? Values are set according to what homes in a neighborhood are selling for, and those mostly flattened last year.
What you care about is your tax bill. That's why the homestead exemption is so important. Last year, that exemption for school taxes increased to $100,000. So if your home is appraised at $350,000, you'll pay school taxes based on $250,000.
Also, the amount you're actually taxed on can't increase more than 10% a year.
Please make sure that your exemptions are on file. You have your homestead exemption. There's over 65. There's the disabled person. There's veterans exemptions. Please make sure, because that is going to be the biggest way to help offset the increases in taxes.
Tax rates, the other part of the equation, will be set in a few months. If you disagree with your appraisal, you can appeal. File notice online by May 15th. Hernandez says he likely will again.
If anything, it stops the bleeding and it just doesn't fix the wound.
Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
And it is important to protest because the majority of the time you will get it lowered.
Right.
So it's worth it.
They try to find a middle ground if they can.
Yeah.
All right, let's go out to Adam Caskey at IKEA. Has he tried a Swedish meatball yet? Has he tried a Swedish meatball and maybe get a cracker and kind of like do the total solar eclipse kind of play out?
Have you tried that,
do the
Adam?
play out with the Swedish meatball.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do, actually. You're right. That would be a good demo. That'd be a really good demo. We'd have to come up with a Swedish name for it, the meatballs eclipse or something. I love the names of the things around here. In my hand, I have the Fiesta Medal for IKEA this year, which you can start getting tomorrow. We're going to unveil that, tell you more about it, talk about eclipse forecast. And it was fun to see the Thunderbirds warming up and practicing today, just, for fun. Because when you're out here in Live Oak, that's what you get. There's going to be some limitations in viewing for parts of the weekend. We're going to talk about that in just a bit.
Today, the man accused of murdering someone outside of an apartment complex took the stand in his own trial. Tavares Anderson is accused of shooting and killing Malcolm Everett in 2021. While on the stand, Anderson claimed that the killing was in self-defense and that Everett was the aggressor. The jury is going to begin deliberating on Tuesday.
Tonight, San Antonio police investigating a deadly shooting outside a nail salon. Happened about 4 this afternoon on Perrin Beidel near Nacogdoches Road. Officers say someone shot and killed a man sitting in his vehicle. Police say the suspects drove off in a white sedan. So far, no arrests have been made.
Police in Converse investigating an 18-wheeler that caught fire right on the highway. Happened around 6:15 this morning on Loop 1604 at Lower Seguin Road. Northbound lanes on Loop 1604 had to be shut down. It even delayed bus routes. And that is your 60-second recap.
So what is the Swedish word for eclipse?
I'm sure our friend Adam knows.
I'm just curious. It's probably not as simple as eclipse.
You didn't give me time to get my Google Translate out. Shoot! Somebody look it up during my weather segment. Get Google Translate out, the Swedish word for eclipse. Now, Teresa, one of our wonderful viewers, made this Fiesta medal, and it's magnetic, and it shows the eclipse coming in from this side, starting like that. If you're in totality, boom, and then it's going to be a reverse order of operations. Thank you, Teresa. Here, come. We got you on TV. She's like, me, no, I don't want to be on TV. We got her. And then this is IKEA's Fiesta medal for this year. Beautiful. It's got all the nice little features of San Antonio and IKEA. The Besta Fiesta. You can get it here if you're an IKEA family card member, a digital card, whatever. I believe it's the first 100 people starting tomorrow can get that. Okay. All important forecasts hinges a lot on this for Monday. Of course, it can't just be clear cut like the past few days. Oh, ho hum, easy peasy. But we have this cold front moving in Sunday night, or I should say Saturday night, excuse me. Cold front Saturday night. That is very important. And it pushes the humidity, the cloudy humidity along the Gulf Coast as we get into Sunday. Then that cold front loses its strength, it fizzles out, and that humid air is allowed to surge back into our area, including the path of totality, and cause low clouds to develop overnight Sunday into early Monday. So first thing Monday morning, you're going to be thinking, oh, hold on now. It's just cloudy. These are low clouds, maybe even a patch of drizzle here and there. But what we see with these patterns is those low clouds slowly break up and lift out. But it's all going to come down to hour by hour issues here, which we'll know more of this weekend and especially Sunday night and Monday morning. I'm sorry, but that's just the reality of this kind of weather pattern. The other factor that is basically a slam dunk is high, thin cirrus clouds moving overhead because of the pattern with the wind coming off the Pacific up above us. That almost always gives us those clouds. However, those are often translucent. The extent to which we'll be able to see through those clouds, we don't know yet. And that's one of the big factors. Because think about it. We're trying to predict these clouds that haven't even formed yet. And we're trying to figure out exactly what they're going to do. Those clouds will finally form by Sunday. And then exactly where and when those low clouds clear. They clear at different rates, depending on the situation, different rates all across our area. So it's too soon for the hour by hour. Bottom line is it going to be perfect viewing? Nope. It's not going to be perfect viewing, unfortunately. Now, this is cool. We have other maps like this, the time of totality. And remember, if you want the full experience of like God just turning a light switch off on us in the middle of the day, you have to be in the path of totality. 99% is not enough. And you can see the times on the screen, and you can get those times of when totality starts, and then we have the duration there. Those are on our website, KSAT.com. Mia just put together that article. 85 right now, dew point of 43. Fog to start the day tomorrow. That's going to get in the way of some of the air show at JBSA Randolph here, just across the highway from us. And even once that fog and drizzle clears out a bit, we'll have low clouds, and those ceilings will take a while to lift until we get into the afternoon tomorrow. Better day for the air show? Sunday. Sunny, low humidity, 84 degrees the high temperature. And by the way, a stray shower possible while we're sleeping Saturday night. What we really need to focus on storm-wise is an isolated storm or two possible after the eclipse on Monday. And then Tuesday night into early Wednesday, some scattered storms are possible. And with the setup that we have, any storm that forms could be strong to severe. So yes, we'll be on the lookout for hail and potentially high wind gusts. Temperature-wise, the warmest, 84. That's on Sunday. The coolest, we'll have mornings in the mid-50s by about this time next week. All right, that's the latest, and Mia and Sarah will keep you updated on any tweaks and changes to the forecast as we go through the weekend. We'll have that on the KSAT weather app and, of course, online, KSAT.com. Did you get to Google Translate for me?
I did. Actually, Mia did. Eclipse in Swedish is formorkels.
Doesn't exactly roll off the tongue.
Yeah, it does.
Formorkels. I bet that's a line of furniture here, you know?
I think it is. I think it's probably 70% off at the dock sale.
All right, thank you. We'll be right back after this.
To the buzz, and it's a bird, it's a plane, it's an insanely expensive comic book. This is not your average comic, though. It's Action Comics #1, the issue that introduced Superman in 1938. It sold at Heritage Auctions for $6 million. The sale breaks its own record.
A copy of the same comic sold privately in 2022 for $5.3 million. So a bargain in comparison, right? Now, the previous auction record was Amazing Fantasy #15, which featured the debut of Spider-Man, and that one sold for $3.6 million in 2021.
Wonder how many of these comics are out there. Just curious.
Enough people are paying for them. Yeah. All right, well, the Smithsonian's National Zoo is welcoming these two pygmy slow lorises. Look at how cute they are. They were born last month. The proud parents are Naga and Pabu. Their sexes are going to be determined when the vet sees them in a few months. By the way, pygmy slow lorises are an endangered species.
Why do you have to call them slow? They have the distinction of being the only known venomous primates. They look cute, but they pack a punch. They can deliver a painful bite, which can cause an allergic reaction and a slow healing wound. Now, they use their venom against other slow lorises in territorial disputes, not against predators, because it's not a fast-acting venom.
They just compete among themselves.
They're still pretty cute.
Yeah, they are cute. We'll be right back. We covered a lot in this last hour. We're going to talk more about eclipse weather when we see you tonight on the Night Beat.
See you at 10.
Good night.